Wicked psycho! I got you!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday edition of the Next Issue podcast, where we talk about all the stuff we couldn't talk about on Saturday. I guess, first of all, we were just talking about road movies before we started, and that's why I played that clip. Is that a road movie? Is the Batman a road movie?
No, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
It's about family.
Well, let's keep going with that. So, Clay, you were saying you were going to talk about a road movie. So we'll start there. Let's start with the stuff we've seen this week.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll shout out random road movies at you while you talk.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just doing research. I'm working on a script for a story that happened to me when I was in college, and so I was like, going, what are the road movies that happened in Texas? And
I really think we should talk about. Sorry, Clay, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
no, go ahead.
What I really want? Are road movies good movies?
Yes.
That's for the robot.
AI. That's for the robot.
You gotta mix it up.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Well, actually, then I'm going to ask a couple of questions because this story took place in the 90s. So I'm looking for a 90s soundtrack,
period piece
of Texas bands, and the coolest places to go in Texas is really part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I went looking for like road Texas movies, and the first one I watched was Fandango, and it's like I believe one of the first Kevin Costner films he ever did with Judd Nelson, and it's four guys who are fraternity brothers who go on the road through Texas and just kind of have misadventures, and kind of like bond during this time. Even though they're like fraternity brothers, it seems like at times the truth comes out about each other, and they kind of become better friends by the end of it. But it's also set in 1971, and two of the guys are going to Vietnam. So it kind of has that war, cloud hanging over their head.
So you'd have to update yours to like the what is it, the Iran conflict or whatever happened in the 90s.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about
Gulf War.
Yeah, the whole purpose of mine is because I've been in such a negative headspace, really about Texas. Just living here, it just feels like a shithole, like it's just constantly bad news. And so I was like going, when was the best time? When was our best leadership? When was our best, And so it was like during the 90s, like I ended up down at A&M and with a bunch of friends I knew and partied and met someone who just needed company to come back with. And so I like rode back with a total stranger, and I was going to convert that into like an adventure. I mean, we just drove from, College Station to Denton. So it was no big deal. It was just like, I think that's like a 5 or 6 hour drive.
Yeah.
And, but like, I'm looking to like add great Texas music, but it has to be Texas 90s music. So like I found a handful of stuff that I really, really love. And, like the Butthole Surfers, Bowling for Soup, those are a couple of the ones that I found like perfect songs for. Yeah.
No George Strait.
I'm not a fan of country music.
I love the old 97s.
Old 97s are in there. I even have Erykah Badu because she was really big in Bellum at the time.
Is ZZ Top from Texas, or are they just on King of the Hill a lot?
They're from Texas.
They're from Texas, yeah.
Okay,
Texas,
and they're big 80s and 90s, and like the song I was looking for from them that I would use would probably be like LaGrange. You know how that one starts? It's just like really great song.
That you don't get as
the Toadies are from Texas.
Yeah.
The Toadies I have in there. I have Possum Kingdom, but it's like I kind of want to go with a deep cut from the Toadies.
Yeah.
But like,
it's not really a road movie, but Bottle Rocket takes place a lot between Dallas and like Waco.
Yeah, and I want to do an homage to like the great movies of the 90s and the Gen X directors that came out. So like I have like homages to Clerks, Wes Anderson, the Ice House where he filmed, where Wes Anderson filmed Bottle Rockets and they like escape from the building and they do the slow motion run is like 20 minutes from my house. I mean, there's Bottle Rocket was all filmed around here, and you could go to Waxahachie for the hotel, but I believe the hotel shut down.
I think the building is still there because I can't. Every time I drive down 35, I'm like, that's it. No, wait, it's that. There's like 3 or 4 like right in a row as you're driving south on the left hand side, where I'm like, I swear that's the one from Bottle Rocket, and then like 10 minutes later, they'll be like, no, wait, I think it's that one. Like another hotel that looks exactly the same
because it has that like. I mean, Wes Anderson wasn't Wes Anderson when he shot Bottle Rockets. Like you don't see those shots at the hotel. There's a couple that you kind of go that you could see where he's leaning into his style, but it's just not there yet,
And I used to shop that bookstore that they rob at the beginning. Like I used to be in that, like that's a bookstore I've been to, and it was obviously no longer there. I don't even know if that shopping center. I have no idea. I don't even know. So it was off of. I think it's off of Preston.
Yeah, name another defunct bookstore so we can keep that going. Clay shouted one out yesterday.
Walden Books. It might have been a Walden Books.
Well, Clay, as you were prompting that, I remember a movie, and I haven't seen it, but I think it might be up your alley. It's called The Long Dumb Road, with Tony Revolori and Jason Mantzoukas, and the tagline is somewhere between Texas and LA. Shit got weird.
Where's it?
So that might be something you want to take a look at as you're kind of going through these road movies. Seems like an unusual pairing, and I've heard a lot about this one. I just haven't gone to see it, and I love Jason Mantzoukas. So
No Country for Old Man that has a road in it, and it's in Texas.
Yeah. And like, what are the great Texas films? Office Space, obviously from the 90s. Ghetto Boys is another band from the 90s from Dallas.
Oh, The
Long Dumb Road's only on Amazon. Oh, you got to pay for it, so it's not streaming anywhere yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it's from 2018, so probably it's come and gone. So we'll see. We'll figure out how to watch it, but I want to check it out too. I think.
And then just looking for like positive Texas films. I had never seen this one called Dancer, Texas, Population 81. Have you guys?
That's the whole title. I thought those were 2 different movies.
No, that's the whole title.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's from 1998. It's got a good cast. Peter, I can't pronounce his last name. Facinelli. But I know Breckenmeyer and Ethan Embry. Those were the 2 standouts to me in the movie. With Ethan Embry pretty much doing he's providing most of the comedy in it. And it's just 4 guys who live in a small town who've all like made this promise to each other that when they graduate, they're all going to go to LA. They're just going to drive, get jobs, live there. And so the story takes place like the day of their graduation. And some of the guys are starting to back out, and they're not sure about it.
I mean, what's his face? Doesn't he have he always Dazed and Confused director?
Yes, Slackers.
Slackers. I feel like he's from Texas. He's got to have like some kind of.
Yeah, I think Slackers is probably the best because it is like the best time in Austin. Like I love 90s Austin. It had like all the restaurants were like independently owned. You could go. I mean, I would say the biggest chain was probably like Kirby Lane at the time, that you could go. Yeah. Cause there would be like 4 restaurants there. But now it's all like fucking shops and it's just a shitty, everyone's moved there and just made it shit. Even though
downtown Austin's still that, but around the area, you can get out of it. If you get out of downtown Austin, which I think that's in a lot of, even Dallas, like downtown Dallas is weird because it's not like that. It's more really uptown that is like that.
Yeah.
Which is next to downtown, which I never understood because in my head, they should be on opposite sides of the town, but whatever. We're not here to talk about city planning. At least not this episode.
Yeah, next week we'll do urban planning in Dallas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, these are not really road movies, but they do both happen in Texas, and they center around football. So Friday Night Lights and Varsity Blues.
Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues. Because Friday Night Lights is based on real football. Like, have you ever been to a Midland game or an Odessa Permian game?
Not a big game like that, but I've been to some playoffs, like where South Lake. I think the South Lake Dragons, which were really big, at least when I was in high school.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I've seen, because we would go to the old Cowboy Stadium when it was in Irving, and those big concrete seats, and very uncomfortable to be there.
Very.
But I did have Varsity Blues on for a little while because it was on TV earlier this week. First of all, I didn't realize that AMC would just play nudity in the middle of the day.
Wow, cable.
That caught me off guard. Because normally,
like everything's on the table now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess they're like, it's so available online. We just let it go. But yeah, I mean, those are. I think Friday Night Lights is a really, really interesting film to check out for sure.
Yeah, I think I say read the book and then watch the movie. The book really gives you a better sample of Texas life. And like when I was a step parent, like, you know, my son played football and he played like at a 3A school. And so you see the importance of football to small town Texas. And even 3A is not that small, but you would have to travel like really far for the people that you played against. So it would be from like Wills Point to Kemp.
Yeah.
As we do this very Dallas and Texas specific episode.
People are loving
it appeals to no one.
Someone's like,
RoboCop was filmed in Texas.
That's
so
right.
That's
yes.
It is just really nice to see with Friday Night Lights. Really nice to see Lucas Black play in a movie where his accent fits right in.
Yes.
As opposed to him going to Tokyo. Yeah. They're like, there's no way Americans talk like that, right?
Yes. Well, it worked in American Gothic when his first TV show. If you've ever seen American Gothic, that I really recommend that show because that was a great horror show that only lasted a season.
Yeah.
Where it was right after he did oh my gosh, Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade. Yeah. But I really recommend Dancer, Texas, Population 81. It was really, really good. If you've ever lived in small town Texas or just any small town, it just is like an incredible story. And the guy who wrote it went on to write Iron Giant.
Well, speaking of small towns in Texas, because I think we all seen this, and I'll interrupt Clay's movie trip right now. King of the Hill came back this week. With a new season. They dropped 10 episodes. Now, Jeff, how many did you... I do see it on your list. How many did you get through?
3. I got the first 3.
The first 3? Okay.
I've seen 7.
We want to... okay. So I finished the whole thing this whole week. The first sitting, I watched 5, and I was like, I need to stop. Because I will watch all 10. It's really fun. Like, it's really good. I was like... I felt like a part of me was like, well, they're just gonna like really poke fun at Texas, but I think the show instead manages to show you like not everyone's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Like there's nice people that live here, and some of them have weird ideals. Like Dale's character obviously just got intensified to the max, but I love it because you see even in the intro, you just kind of see what's been happening. I didn't even remember the end of King of the Hill, like that he went. I don't know if that's what happened at the end that he went to.
Well, they actually showed him out of order. The last episode is really an episode where Hank hosts a grill, a picnic over at his place of barbecue, and just grills for like everybody that's been on the show. And then I think they had 3 more episodes after that. Yeah,
and I really love how Bobby centric the show was, because I feel like the show was always about Bobby, I think.
Yeah.
And him and his relationship with his dad. So yeah, I really liked it. They have they just really updated it, or kind of continued. They didn't even update it. They just kind of continued. It felt like a natural progression of where those characters would go from when the show ended to now, right? So
I
it
love
made
it
me-
because I love Texas stories, you know, and Arlen's based on Garland, Texas, the Garland Richardson border, and I feel like they just updated it with like the things that we've got, like the technology and stuff, and how maybe it doesn't always benefit us to the, you know, best of our abilities, and maybe has created, you know, isolation for us at home, especially for Bill. Bill's greatest line is, "I watched all of Netflix."
That was so funny when he said that.
Are you still
Told
watching?
me.
So which are the first 3 episodes, Jeff? Do you want to remind me of that? Because we can talk a little bit more about those. Everything's now one big episode for me in my head. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
so the first one, they get home, they come back home from Saudi Arabia, Hank and they kind of get reacclimated to
the whole not being able to turn.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, I don't know if that happens in other cities, but like, it's just because it's not even neighborhood stuff. It's like we have so much construction going on everywhere here.
Yeah.
That not being able to turn into your house, it's very, like, right now I can't turn into my house because the street right in front of my house is closed. There's like, well, you know, only access if you live here. So like, I have to go ways around, and now the school's starting back up. Like, I have to go all the way out. Otherwise, I got to stand at a light for a long, long time. That was relatable. So yeah.
So that was the first episode. The second one's the beer one. They have a beer competition, and then the third one is the propane versus the charcoal. Yeah. I like it. It hits a little too close to home for me because I'm like, oh, I can walk outside and live this, like, really, because it is based on Garland. And I'll tell you where it hit home. It's like the first episode, Bobby's making he's in his restaurant and he's making the sushi for all those kids at the table, and they are like all the college kids, and they're like, "Hey, do you go to school?" And he's like, "No, I opened up my own restaurant. I'm having a great time." And all the kids are like, "Oh, you're not going to school?" And in my head, in that moment, I was like, I don't know if college kids would do that. Like, most college kids would be like, "Yeah, why would you want to go to school?" Literally in my head, I go, unless they're from SMU. And then like 10 minutes later, you find out they're from SMU, and I'm like, this show is just too much for me. Like, it's too, like, I live in it, and I'm just like, it kind of like. Yeah, I'm just like,
Bobby's restaurant feels like it's in the Greenville, like on Greenville Avenue. It feels like you would fit in right there, right?
Yeah.
And who here knows a Chain with Song guy who just talks about his dad and everything his dad does, and his dad can get this done, you know, kind of character. That was perfect.
Yeah. One thing also that always tripped me up about the show is that in this show they kind of make it seem like, well, I guess in the show all the time they make it seem like Arlen is far away from Dallas, but if it's based on like Garland Richardson, like that's not a day trip for me. Like that's like, you just drive out there. I mean, there's traffic enough to make it seem like
45 minutes in traffic to an hour.
But it's not like, because there's one episode where like Peggy has to stay in Dallas because of something with Bobby.
I've thought about it before. Like, there have been times when I've gone from Carrollton to Dallas, and I'm like, I'm just going to get a hotel room, and I'm not going to bother. Why? I should also mention that I went to SMU. That's why it hit so hard. Like, where I was like, the snooty SMU kids. Yeah. So I'm like, only a snooty SMU kid would say something like that. And then that they were from SMU. So I was like, oh, that's what. And then also it kind of made me weirdly, not sad, but to see cartoon characters get old. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. I don't. There's something weird about that.
Boomhauer looks the oldest.
Yeah, because that man's always out in the sun. He's always tanning,
leathered.
Yeah. I love that Peggy has still not conquered any language. As long as she lived in Saudi Arabia, she still can't even pronounce Saudi Arabia. Like, Peggy's confidence is still like my favorite thing. Like, she just won't admit she doesn't know Spanish, and like further on, like I'd love. There's an episode later where her and Dale have to work together on something, and I loved that episode. a lot. So like I think it's
Yeah,
like the 7th episode.
I was
yeah.
never a big fan of the Peggy centric episodes, but I think they finally got it in a good spot where it's interesting enough. Where like, oh yeah, this is very interesting. As opposed to, I feel like the problems she had to solve in the original series were not as interesting. Whereas this one kind of makes sense and actually ties into the whole message of this whole season. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the first episode ends with I think what they want to say through this whole run, which is being nice is nice.
Yeah.
And that is the perfect way. And then you see like Hank kind of adapting, like the changing of the cookie names, and that like, oh, well, it's
Hank,
not something that he gets upset about because he just kind of goes, oh, that's what we do now.
Hank giving that poor Lyft driver 4 stars. So he has something to work
always
on.
Room for improvement.
The other thing is like I know people like that too. Like he like, yeah, no, like you can always do better. Yeah. So
I used to have a boss who would give reviews like that, and I'd just be like,
yeah. But yeah, King of the Hill, pretty good. I do regret to inform everybody that this is Jeff's last show. Public universities only in this show. Jeff's like, what the hell?
Mr. SMU.
I'm still paying for it.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Yeah, I love all the Bobby storylines. I love that he has so much of Hank in him that, especially like when he confronts certain things that he's just like weirded out by. Later there's an episode where he talks with Connie and Connie's relationship and how they're in this kind of weird relationship. And he's just like, what? Like he doesn't understand, like, I guess more of the open relationship, standards that are in our society now. And so he still has a lot of traditional values that his dad gave him.
And that is one thing that I do say about, like, I don't think college is a necessity as far as like for you to be able to make a living, but socially, just learning how to interact socially and opening your mind to a lot of different ideas. Yeah. That is something that, at least when I was in college, was a good thing. Like, because you break out of that shelter. So like Bobby never had that experience. So he, like, his values were never confronted up until later at these kind of things. So yeah, don't go to college for
education.
Don't worry about
education.
You just go to hang out.
Yeah, make sure that you have a good social experience, because that's really what it's about. That learning how to navigate with different types of people in the real world. That is probably the best thing. I don't know if you need to pay $60,000 to $100,000 to do that, but community college helps. There's other places you can go. Just So, all right. Don't worry. We're sorry. We cannot start a next issue scholarship program yet. All right.
The scholarship program is just us giving you like our comic rejects. And you're like, see if you can just sell this at a half price somewhere.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about a movie I watched, and then we'll kind of keep on around. Yesterday, after the show, I went to the Alamo, and I was very hesitant about this because I don't like scary movies, and my suspicions were paid off. I watched Weapons.
This looks great. I'm hyped for it.
It is a fantastic movie. Still too scary for me. The one thing this movie confirmed is that I don't like watching horror movies in the theater. There's something different, and it feels like the lack of control of the environment. That's what really gets to me.
Also, all the Alamo people were carrying around their popcorn like this.
Yeah.
It's like running full speed at you.
Yeah, like you never know when things are like. If I get jump scared at home, that's one thing. If there's a jump scare at the theater, that's a whole different thing. And all the noises coming from everywhere. It definitely confirmed that I don't want to watch that last Conjuring movie at the theater. There's no way. I won't make it. Because this one didn't have a lot of jump scares. It really relies on a lot of like building up the tension and making you feel uncomfortable. And there's some horrific imagery. Obviously, the premise of like all these kids going missing, it's a whole that already heightens the stakes at a base level for the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
But it's great performances. I made a little drawing Here, let me see if I can show you. Because there's a lot of MCU cast in this movie.
I was gonna say Thanos,
Which that's I mean
Silver
that
Surfer.
I guess that's any movie nowadays too. But
Yeah.
we can't blame the MCU for just hiring
And
talented
it was
people.
supposed to be Pedro Pascal.
It was supposed to be Pedro. That's right. And what's his name too from the Eternals? Brian Tyree Henry was also supposed to be in this.
Oh.
But then COVID and all that. Can't like the COVID and the strike and yeah. But let me show you guys here. Let me share the screen.
Pedro was in 15 other things.
I made my own alternate version of a poster. Let me know what you guys think.
Oh yes, I forgot Wong.
Because Benedict Wong's in the movie, Josh Brolin's in the movie, and of course Julia Garner most recently in Fantastic Four. So, but yeah, I recommend Weapons. It's great. I don't even want to talk about it because you guys just need to go in and enjoy it. But there's just something about the camera movement that just like makes me want to sink into my seat and then run away. There's a lot of comedic moments in it because the director was he was a comedy performer. He was in a group, The Whitest Kid You Know, I think he was part of that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
if you go back and watch those Whitest Kids You Know, it's real 90s rough where you're like, oh, you can't. It's not.
I bet you can't.
You can't say.
That's all it is. I could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bob Odenkirk kind of was like overseeing that group of kids at the time, so I think he had a big influence on them.
But yeah, even the director comes out before the show. Well, not before, but like the Alamo, like no texting thing. It's him, and he talks about like how a lot of Jordan Peele came from comedy and like all these horror directors because it's all about timing. Comedy and horror are just about timing, right? And they talk about that. So, so yeah, he does a really. He even quotes like Gallagher, not Gallagher, but the guy that he talks about. Alfred Hitchcock was in an improv tour, like a group or something like that, and John Carpenter was like a stage magician before he did.
I had no idea.
It really, like, if you go watch it at the Alamo, you can get all the just watch it. Right, it's like the thing right before the movie starts. But yeah, highly recommend it.
I need to go read a Alfred Hitchcock biography now to find out about his improv days.
It's like an improv or a comedy group or something like that, but it's definitely something that you would not expect Alfred Hitchcock to like, or John Carpenter to be like some kind of stage magician. That
I feel that it recolors that Psycho story where he's the one doing the stabbing and scaring the crap out of what's her name.
Yeah,
where I'm like, it's just improv on his part. Like he's just
That's right.
She should have just yes and more.
That's right. I think she did.
He's not a.
She did. I mean, that's why she was acting like she was dying. So, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Weapons, and I can't wait to go watch. What is it next week? We have Shin Godzilla in 4K restoration. I'm gonna try to find that. And Red Sonja because we will cover it. According to the AI, we will cover Red Sonja on this show. So, Clay, let me throw it back to you.
Speaking of AI, has anyone else seen Companion?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Ooh.
I have two JackQuaid movies to watch: Companion and then the one Novocaine.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, it is so unfair. That dude is so fucking talented. He has like plus 10 charisma. Mm-hmm. He can play anything. Novocaine is just really, really good. He just has he has the ability to play that romantic lead type, but then in Companion, he also has the ability to pivot to this type of character.
He truly got the best of both of his parents when it comes to acting.
Yes, yeah, and I would say it's all Meg Ryan. It's just he's like you go into it, and his character just kind of goes through an entire arc, and you see him get to be a little bit of everything. But Companion is really, really fun, dark. Love the ending, love the twist. It's just, it's what fun horror should be. Mm. Like that's what I really enjoyed about it. And Quaid is too fucking good. I really hate that he's so fucking talented.
He's some of the best parts of that Heads of State movie. With
Oh,
John
he's in
Cena
that?
and Idris Elba. Yeah, he's in it.
Fucking A,
Uh,
man.
He's on everything. So
Yeah. And then I got to see Superman and Fantastic Four, and I haven't got to talk about it with you guys. So, wow. Just, I mean, we're eating good. We got great fucking comic book movies. Superman is, I want to say, I want to believe it's perfect. I want to watch it over and over again, but I want to just say it may be just perfect and exactly what we need right now.
well, Video on Demand, according to the internet, August 26th. We'll see.
Do what?
Video on Demand, August 26th.
Too soon.
Yeah,
Soon.
I've been listening to the music from it. I'm just, James Gunn gets it, and so I'm so on board with everything he's going to do with DC, and I'm just excited to see where we go. Mr. Terrific was great. The Justice Gang. I mean, we only get a few moments with them, but they all pay off big, especially Guy Gardner. You know, Hawk Girl. We get the screech. We get the all the hands coming up, and him just the walk, just the fucking balls of walking through and just like, I'm gonna fuck all you up. Like, that is just so fun, you know. Oh man, I hope there's a Justice League movie with them. I hope. I am curious, like, who would you want as a director for something like that? Because it could be hilarious. I'm really wishing that we could get an Edgar Wright directed superhero movie, because Marvel botched it with Ant-Man. I wish he could do a DC film, and maybe it's a Justice League film.
I want to see Paul Feig's Justice League International.
Yes. Holy shit. That would be great. Fantastic Four it needs to be seen in the theater. Like, above all, for the Galactus, the Silver Surfer scenes, all of New York. I can't. There's so much I loved about it. The style, the look, even just they were able to summarize so much history up in moments. You know, Reed and Ben's relationship in Ben becoming the Thing. He's happy and comfortable with it, but like Reed's still uncomfortable. He never fixed him. Like, they just have a scene where they share that, and it's great. Mm-hmm. Ben and Johnny, you know, kind of just fighting, you know, like brothers, you know, I love that. Sue being kind of the heart of the family by just having a speech to the people, you know. It's so good. And did you guys talk about, there's a lot of little Easter eggs in it, but did you guys see the two comic book guys in the window that come out to look? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that
the Timely Comics office. Yeah.
Yes. That's what I wanted to see if you guys saw Stan and Jack, because that was what I assume it alluded to.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely supposed to be them. So I love that part. I was like, I don't know how many people are noticing this, but I'm on board. Like, I see it.
It was,
but I could just
Steve Ditko and Joe Simon. I don't know why I picked those two, but
yeah.
I mean, I could just sit here and just go on and on about how great they were, but I mean, you guys already know.
Mark Waid and Mike Ringo.
Ringo.
Rob Liefeld, and he apparently hated the movie. By the way, that guy's a joke. I don't know.
Yeah,
he never had a Fantastic Four run, did he?
No, he noped out of his Captain America run.
Yeah,
he was one of the ones brought back. Yeah, it was Jim Lee that took over the Fantastic Four when they brought Jim Lee back.
Yeah, but that, you know, I could just go on and on about all the little tidbits and all the little great execution of just tiny moments in both films, but so good.
One question we all had to answer for the internet, Clay. Here we go. Which one did you like better?
Oh, I can't see it. Superman. I've got
I
Superman.
thought he was about to like Ben in Black memory flash.
Superman, because I mean, both are so hard to execute because you have Fantastic Four being the first family of Marvel set in a different universe. You know, it kind of gave them the advantage if you could start from scratch and not have to do anything, but you have so much history, you kind of have to bring up to speed.
Yeah.
And again, like another moment I want to talk about was Reed and Sue talking about he has to think of every possibility.
Oh yeah.
And that possibility of having to give up their kid. Like when they have to have that discussion and you're just like, oh shit, Sue knows him so well and is uncomfortable with the fact that that's a possibility in his mind.
Yeah.
But every bit of Superman is so fucking good. Jimmy Olsen is perfect. I mean, it's just executed. So, I mean, Lois Lane is so good and great. She attacks it like I mean, at Margot Kidder level. Like it's just so great. And so Superman is, yeah, I put Superman above FF.
I do need to go see them both before they leave the theater again.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least Fantastic Four, because I've seen Superman 3 times already in the theater, so I think I'm good.
I've only seen them once. But Clay, wait till you see Naked Gun, and then you'll be like, I take everything back. Naked Gun's the best movie of the year.
I need laughs, so yeah, I really want it. When you were saying like how it was the movie of the year, I was like, but we had Superman. Did you see Superman?
you like it's only 85 minutes, but like it's probably lasts 82 of those 85 minutes. Like, wow. And that I'm talking about everything.
Pamela Anderson blew me away. Like I can't like what she pulled off in that movie. I mean, specifically in one scene, but like. I was just like, I didn't know Pamela Anderson could do any of this. Like,
yeah,
she's so good in it. Like,
yeah,
wow,
yep.
Okay.
Recommend.
I'm excited for it. Yeah, which guys?
I mean, it's not like Schindler's List or anything. I mean, it's Naked Gun, but still, like, it's it's like you have these kind of ideas in your head of like what people like can and cannot do, and I'm just like, oh, this is so like everybody is just because everybody's playing it for real. Again, it's kind of comedy. You're talking about comedy and horror. Like the thing about comedy is if you have to go into it believing what you're doing, otherwise it doesn't work. But everybody is 100% committed in the Naked Gun, and I'm just like, go for it. It's so good.
I mean, to me, it almost sets up for the Naked Gun 2 to be a parody of the Taken films, because if you have Liam Neeson being able to parody himself from those series of films that everybody's being taken in.
He becomes a private eye, goes out on his own.
Yeah. But between Superman and Fantastic Four, what did you guys pick?
I picked Superman.
Yeah. I went Superman too. Also, this is the summer that I fell in love with. Who's the actor that's played the Mole Man? Because he's also in Naked Gun.
Paul Walter Hausen.
Yeah,
Paul Walter Hausen. He's so funny in Fantastic Four. And he's really
big
funny
wrestling nerd too.
And he's a big wrestling. I saw a clip of when they were doing Naked Gun press. Like he was doing chops against the chest with one of the interviewers, and then like Leslie Nielsen, Pamela Anderson,
Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson were like,
yeah, they kind of pan over. They're like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "We're just chopping each other." They're just like giving each other like chest chops.
They're like, "Sorry." They were like, "Sorry, Mr. Anderson." Yeah, it was really good.
I'm bummed that they cut John Malkovich's character.
Oh yeah.
From FF, because when they just kind of showed like an animated sequence, and I was like, "Holy shit!" They did apes. They fucking were gonna do apes with Malkovich, and we could have.
I feel like he would have been like a small part. So that is that part at the beginning where it's just the montage of all the stuff, and they kind of name drop a whole bunch of people, and then like I'm sure there was like one just slightly longer segment in there that had the Malkovich stuff.
Yeah. All right. Jeff, what else did you watch?
The only other thing I watched last night was
departure from the superhero stuff.
I watched the Mark Maron stand-up special on HBO. What is it called? Panicked. Yes. I was like, I lost.
So is Mark Maron still funny in 2025?
Yes, he's still very funny in 2025. Yes. He's great. It was very Mark. I mean, if you listen to his podcast, he's very conversational kind of stuff. It's talking about a lot of, his anxieties and whatnot. And he definitely, this is the one that he goes in on, like all the other podcasters and how everybody complains about the woke stuff. And he's just like, oh, it's just, like he grills them at the first part, and then he kind of moves into the rest of his, like, whatever, his normal act kind of stuff. But it's really good. It's really, really good. He's smart.
That's on
he's
HBO?
funny. Yeah, HBO.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I'll do one more last thing, and then we can finish off Clay's list of watch before we move on to comic reading. I finally watched Squid Games 3, the third part of it. It's a good show. Damn. I liked it all through and through. Like, the first season was great, and I was like, there's no way they can replicate this. And then seasons 2 and 3, which were really just one long season, were really good. And I forget that this is a show that is supposed to kill all the characters. So every time, but they do such a good job at making you attached to these characters, and you're like, oh, maybe this one will make it out alive, or whatever. But that's not what this show's about.
Do you prefer that baby or Fantastic Four baby?
I think, this baby had to move a lot less, so it was easier. Fantastic Four baby had a lot to do. Franklin was a full-on mobile. I almost wish he had been a little older, or like let a toddler play him. I don't care. Can you H down a toddler?
Yeah, H down a toddler.
Can they do the
Benjamin
little
Button.
thing they did with Captain America with Steve? So, like, to make him look smaller.
You could shoot force perspective on Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah. What's the opposite of putting him in an apple box? Do that. Do
a little hole.
Do the Lord of the Rings thing, where the baby's like way behind. But yeah, Squid Game.
Just have him on his knees, like dwarf style, with the little shoes on your knees.
Yeah. The only thing that it's a little worrisome that they won't let this show end, because they do make a tease for the Squid Games US. But Kate Blanchett is in it, so like, all right, so like, I'm gonna have to check it out. But I'm not too happy about it. But we'll see.
I don't get Squid Games. Like I got caught up in the first season because it was pandemic and there was everybody was watching everything
because it's the only thing people were talking about.
It's the only thing people were talking about. And then I'm like, you immediately not jump the shark, but like miss the point of the capitalistic and then you roll into a second season, you make it a reality show. Mr. Beast wants to do it for real. I'm just like, you guys are like, what are you doing? Like, you've taken this thing that is you've capitalized on the anti-capitalist message, and I don't know.
People don't get satire anymore.
The whole thing leaves kind of a weird taste in my mouth. So I've not been watching Squid Game.
It is weird, but the show, like the characters, it's all about the characters. Like that's really it. It's a character-driven show. And then also like what kind of games they're gonna play now, right? Because like it's also really interesting to see what kind of kids games are played in Korea versus like kids game that we might have grown up with. Yeah. So that makes me think, like, what are they gonna do for the US? Like, I just keep thinking, like, for the US version, like, what kind of kids games are they gonna have? So yeah, we'll see.
I don't think that people are gonna get Running Man when it comes out from Edgar Wright, because it's like that's kind of the same concept from Stephen King. They'll probably try to turn it into a real game show, and it's like, it's not the point, dude.
I'm very excited about that. Like, I've seen worse stuff in those cooking competitions, those poor chefs. But yeah, no, I'm excited about Running Man too. Really, really excited for that. All right, Clay, you want to finish off your list of watches before we move on to comic book?
Are you guys watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds?
Not a Star Trek person here.
I'm gonna pitch it as the best way to get into Star Trek. Because you don't have to know, but if you do, it's fun for the little tidbits that are in it. We're following the captain of the Enterprise before Kirk takes it over. Anson Mount is fucking amazing as Captain Pike. they have stories that they tell where he gets to play different characters, and seeing him play different characters, you get to see his range and how great it is.
I've seen the first few episodes, and I really liked what I saw in the first few episodes. I also like that in like news filters down. Like I know there's like a Muppet episode coming up. Yeah, there's musical episodes. They look like they have a lot of fun making the show.
When we were doing the Comic-Con show, the Star Trek panel, they released which is something that I probably will check out. They're gonna do a podcast or like a audio play. I don't know what it's called anymore, but it's like the origin of Khan. It's called Star Trek Khan.
Yeah,
which I have seen that movie and I love that movie. Ricardo Montalban is great as Khan. So I don't know. I might listen to that and that might get me in the Star Trek mood. I know my buddy Omar. He recently got to meet. Oh boy, his name just flew out of my head. The original
Stewart.
Kirk.
Shatner.
Yeah, thank you, William Shatner. I mainly know him from Boston Legal.
Well,
I told him when he told me about it, I was like, you should ask him about Boston Legal. I bet he doesn't get a lot of those questions.
Denny Crane.
He'll remember you.
But
what's Speeder like?
Strange New Worlds. Jump on board, watch it. They have a musical episode, which is kind of amazing. They are slowly introducing the original team of like Uhura, Spock. Again, another Nepo baby that's playing Spock, and he's so fucking talented and good looking. I hate it. But he's like Gregory Peck's grandson. And he gets to make out with all the hot women on the show. He has the best stories, but he just has to be like Spock.
Wait, how many Spocks have there?
3 at least, right?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, because you had the movie version, the TV version, and now this version. And he's
Leonard
just
Nimoy.
so fucking
Two
good.
movies. So Leonard Nimoy, the Heroes guy,
Zachary Quinto, and this guy,
and this guy,
and then
that's as far as I know. Which is, I will say, it is funny because I was at a panel for these guys, for Anson Mount and this other guy, and they said the whole thing came about because they did like a 30-second thing for another thing. Like it was a very short thing, or like some mini episodes or something like that, and it just got so popular that people want to see more of Pike and Spock, like these versions of them. So it's fun to see how much they've gotten out of that.
And I will say they even bring on like Scotty. And as much as I love Simon Pegg, I really fucking hate the JJ universe of Star Trek. They bring Scotty on, and this Scotty is fucking better than Simon Pegg and so good. It's just I can tell you about an episode without spoiling it because they do Trek within Trek. They bring on the holodeck. Yes. They bring on the holodeck to do a murder mystery, and they have someone test it. And in testing it, it's a murder mystery about this group of actors and the creator, where Anson Mount literally plays Gene Roddenberry in the show. And he's so good. It is probably my favorite thing he's ever done, seeing him go from captain and leading man to kind of this like nerdy sci-fi writer. And they make him there are aspects of him that look like Asimov, Roddenberry. His mannerisms are it's just fucking amazing how much I love Trek after watching this. It's made me go back, and I'm starting at Enterprise, and I'm going to try to watch them all in order.
That's like Kirby showing up in the Fantastic Four, or Morrison showing up in the Animal Man run.
Yeah, but they do it so well that they also show the show that they're making. So you get to see the guy who is an actor playing Kirk within a Star Trek show that's a fake Star Trek. So they just heightened it. And the colors are big. The women's costumes are out of control. And he does a Kirk that's so fucking good. Oh, my God. Like, I can't say enough of how great Strange New Worlds is.
I don't know. Supernatural already did that when they brought the guys into the real world. So
I need to
Not the
watch it
Scooby-Doo episode?
before I cancel my Paramount Plus.
I will
How many
say-
seasons are there?
I think this is the third season.
third
That's
one, I
going
think,
right
yeah.
now.
Speaking of Supernatural, real quick, Greg Pak is writing a Supernatural comic for Dynamite, and I'm too excited about it. I don't know why.
That's
I was
pretty
like,
great.
stop. But before we get into comics, yeah, one more thing I think, Clay. So what is that?
Have you guys ever watched Red Dwarf?
Mm-mm.
No, too
Never
British.
heard of it.
Oh, too British. Oh shit, my soul is
Too
hurting.
British. Oh my!
It is probably the best sci-fi comedy. It's probably the best sci-fi comedy ever done. It plays on all the tropes, and I've been marathoning it because it's on Paramount. I'm like in the 8th season, but it's great because each season's like 6 episodes. They do the tropes so well, and they're so funny. I was just hoping that and I figure Josh is the only one who's watched Red Dwarf.
Yeah, he loves that.
So.
He loves his British shows. He's probably the only one the only person in Texas subscribed to BritBox.
Red Dwarf was the thing that came on after Monty Python, where I was like, I don't know what this is. That guy's got a thing in his head. I'm out. Like,
man, it hurts.
Jeff was out on that, but he was really cool. He was on board for Coneheads.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I won't go into Red Dwarf.
Watch Mad TV.
Yeah, save it for whenever Josh comes back, because then you'll actually get. But I am glad to hear that you're getting a lot of your Paramount subscription, because that's one I keep forgetting to cancel, and I'm like, damn it.
Same. I need to cancel it.
I put on Jackass, and that helps me write, so that it's like something in the background that I can just look up occasionally and watch. But it's like that and Star Trek, and that's pretty much all Paramount has.
Every time Clay looks up, somebody's getting hit in the balls. That's all it is.
Yeah, pretty much
ball damage.
But now
they have South Park too.
They have South Park. That's
all in.
That's
all right. Let's get into comics. So we got a few. Let's just kind of go around the horn. We'll do like one or two things if it's quick. And let me get here. I can get it started. I read 2 really cool things, and I don't know if you guys remember a little while last year, maybe that book "Kill Your Darlings" came out. Well, the writers of that have 2 books out this week, and I really enjoy them both. So, first, Godzilla: Escape the Dead Zone #1 came out by Ethan Parker and Griff Sheridan. With Pablo Tinoco on art. This is like there's this whole new Godzilla era that they're doing, but in this one it follows a human kaiju hybrid because of all that's going on, and they're kind of like stuck in the Pacific Northwest, where it's like closed down by the government and it's a dead zone. So yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. I like the art a lot, and we got the 2nd issue to read, so I'll probably be digging into that later on this weekend. So just to show you, if you want to see some really cool kaiju battles, and then
the human is part kaiju.
Yeah, humans because in the main Godzilla run, one of the kids, if you haven't read it,
he's got the energy.
He's got the G force. The Kaisei force or whatever they're calling it. So yeah, it's very interesting. I'm also trying to see if we can talk to Tim Silly. We'll see. Yeah, that'd be cool because I got a lot.
I'm just wondering if
I got a lot to talk about
Tim
Silly but including Godzilla.
Yeah.
So the other thing is from book by the same writers. It's called Blink and You'll Miss It, and this one is about Jessie who goes back to her old town, but it's like it's like a really weird mystery horror thriller, but also it's got some. She goes back because she left her old partner there and she wants to reconnect. But when she goes back to the town, she notices something weird and wrong. This one has a lot more of the Kill Your Darling vibe when it comes to the like kind of horror and the mystery of it. This one's from Boom. So yeah, I really enjoy that. And I can't believe those 2 guys are so prolific. They did Marvel one-shot earlier this year. And they're doing Marvel Zombies that's coming out later on this year as well. So really cool to see people that we've talked to in the past. We can get cheap viewers now. But all right, let's see, Jeff. What have you been reading?
First off, an update.
Oh yeah,
I picked this up so that I can read it.
I need to go find one of those before they change the cover to Ryan Gosling.
That's right.
You don't want a Ryan Gosling cover?
Well, maybe.
I also picked up this. I hear good things about Dungeon Crawler.
Oh, nice. And Clay, speaking of that, since because we haven't talked, but one of the things we're thinking about is, since I just finished reading Project Hail Mary and now I'm getting Jeff to read it. So if you and Josh also read it, you have plenty of time because the movie doesn't come out till March of next year. Read it or listen to it. I listened to the book.
That's what I was going to say. Let me check my library.
Yeah, I don't know if you consider that reading. I'm sure, dude, it's so popular.
Yeah.
This book's so popular. I'm sure it should be on there. But yeah, if you guys get started now, we can talk about it, and then we'll be the podcast that read the book before the movie, and then we can feel superior.
So cool
to everyone.
So cool.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to be that person. To be like, well, that's not how it happened in the book, but whatever. It's never been me. It's never been me. I've been the one that says I've never seen that. That's not how it happened in the comics, but I've never been the one that says that's not how it happened in the book. So,
I did
now
that
into
with
real books.
Fight Club. I'd read Fight Club before the.
oh yeah,
So
before or after the movie came out.
Well, I guess it was after. Yeah,
You got to do it before, so it's cool.
Before.
Otherwise, you're just a bandwagoner. Unfortunately, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
I don't. So that's why I wanted to have plenty of runtime for this Project Hail Mary movie.
I did read the Batman novelization of the 1989 film before seeing the 1989 film, based on the script.
The Sam Hamster.
Based on the book Pushed by Sapphire.
Yeah. This also based on the book Pushed by Sapphire. Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, the final issue. Pretty good stuff. Really good stuff.
Has Steve McNiven ever done better art?
No, I don't think so. It's gross. It's
so
disgusting looking. And it's awesome.
I'm trying to show Clay a non-spoilery page. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't fully capture where McNiven goes in this book.
I like his art. I've always liked his art.
I mean, just the covers are incredible.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. When this book comes out in a collection or at the library or whatever, highly recommend it. Although I would put this on the must-read tier if we were.
Oh, it's a must-read
to follow it up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. This could be. I said in my review, this could be the last Daredevil story ever, and I would be like happy with like that's the conclusion of his story.
Wow.
It's more Old Man Logan than Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah.
And we know Clay, we read all those old Man Logan universe stories back a few years ago, so right up your alley.
I love those.
Yeah. All right, Clay, you want to give us one of your books?
Yeah, just a couple of library book finds. They put out these Thunderbolt collections so that if you've never read like Winter Soldier or White Widow, it's collections of the limited series and individual issues that they appear in. Like for Winter Soldier, it's some Cap issues that he shows up in.
Yeah, looks like Steve what's his name?
Which guy?
Steve Epting.
Steve Epting.
Which guys? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a Winter Soldier, The Bitter March, which is a Rick Remender mini that I'm reading right now. It's Ed Brubaker stuff, Kyle Higgins. They're thick, so they've got like lots of stories.
Nice.
Yelena's stuff is all like, oh my gosh, Devin, what's her last name? Grayson.
Oh, Grayson.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that came out of Marvel Knights, she pretty much kind of developed the character. So, like, if you want to see like the evolution of her character from the comics, these are great pickups.
Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what would be in that Yelena book.
I remember reading that first Black Widow where they first introduced her because of the art. I can't remember who the artist is, but that art.
J.G. Jones.
J.G. Jones, yeah. Oh yeah. And I was just like, oh, this art is fantastic. Like, so good.
A manga adaptation of the color Out of Space. So H.P. Lovecraft.
That Nick Cage movie?
The Nick Cage movie. Yeah, this is an adaptation into that Dark Horse put out.
Nice. Is it done by like an actual mangaka or like is it some American person doing manga
No,
style.
no, Gao Tanabe.
Oh, okay.
Gau Tanabe. Yeah.
Nice.
Josh got me a little week-long subscription to Global Comics. Have you guys talked about
Yeah.
that yet?
We haven't, but I've seen people, because I've been offered one, and I was like, thank you. I mean, I just give it to somebody that needs it, because we get a lot of those comps already from the people,
Yeah.
from the publishers there. So, but how is that going? How's Global Comics?
It's pretty great. I mean, I only had it for a week, but I was able to like go through, and they had they've got free stuff in there. They pretty much had every publisher except Marvel in there. You can put in like books that you've read, so it helps like point you to other stuff. So like if you've read All-Star Superman, it'll like point you to some Grant Morrison and some Frank Quietly, and it basically just takes what you have as far as already read books that you enjoy, and point you in directions of other things. Then it has like existing books. Like my wife had read this book. Have you guys read Money Shot?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I've heard of it.
But
Very adult book.
So
Very adult book. They had adapted on there for scrolling. So it had, instead of it being like a layout of a traditional comic, it just had a scrolling way to read on the phone. And I hate to say it's like better, but it was easier than hoping that, because some of them didn't have like the panel, the what is it, the smart view. Like you could read heavy metal on there, but it was like a 2-pager. Like, so you had to kind of zoom and move around to get to it.
Okay. Yeah, $69 a year, $6.99 a month. That's about the same as Comixology used to be, I think.
Definitely worth it, because I mean, DC, Mad Cave, those were the two big ones that I saw a lot of content from. They let you start to read samples of stuff when you don't have a subscription. So you can go, oh, well, if you want to continue, here's how much you want to pay. I think
is it all kind of like streaming comics, or is it like you can also just buy individual issues?
You can also buy, because it has a purchase history. It has it is Comixology on steroids. It has a comment area of stuff. There's a YouTuber I follow, Moist Critical, who did a comic called God Slap, and I was like,
I don't like that name.
Moist Critical.
Yeah.
He had a comic out, and it was like $5, and he did it himself. And I was like, well, that's kind of a big gamble. But he even talked about like, he goes, oh, I've put my comic on torrent sites. Like I want people to read the book. Like that big of a deal. It showed up on here, so I was able to read it, and I was like, holy shit! Like he didn't write it; he came up with the idea, and then they had Stephanie Phillips write the first issue. So I was like, that's amazing. Yeah, they got quality creators. She just does the first issue though. That's the only thing, and it's very manga inspired. And so it was the thing I really. Sport, because it's a gamble.
Oh. All right, you cut off for a second, but okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, even just trying out the Global Comics Gold thing might be worth your time. So
yeah,
I'll look around here.
I recommend it totally. The last book that I've read was, I'm a big Steve Gerber fan because of Howard the Duck. He did a DC book right before he passed away called Hard Time. It's weird to read that. Huh?
I said about Dusty Rhodes.
No. It is about a school shooter who goes to jail. Yeah. It is neat.
Oh,
yeah. I'm glad I said the joke before you explained the premise.
It's some heavy shit. It is the movie, or the book starts. He wrote it in 2003. It ends in 2006. It's about these two nerdy kids at the very beginning who like pull guns in their school for a school shooting, but one kid is serious about the shooting and the other one's not. And when the kid who starts to shoot other students and teachers, the kid who says, hey, no, this was going to just be a prank, which is really dark. But again, it's 2003. We're like, you know, post Columbine, but we're not like Uvalde. We're not like this far into the school shooting level that we've been. He suddenly has a superpower that like kills the other kid.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so it's weird because it is kind of a like he goes to jail because he's tried like an adult, and it's weird comparisons of being in jail and being in high school that you can see the similarities, and it's him coming to terms with like how to have this superpower and what he can do with it, and while he's in jail, just that was kind of the harder part to deal with because he is 15 years old in the book, but he talks like an adult. Like the dialogue is very, you know, adult. That's probably the only problem I had with it, you know. But it was nice to read some Steve Gerber.
It's written and drawn by Steve Gerber?
No, it's just who's the guy? Brian Hurt, who had done Queen and Country. Yeah, Gerber's just a writer. But
I didn't remember if he was just a writer. Yeah.
Okay. I was bummed out because I bought these 2 volumes thinking this is the only bit. There's a 3rd volume that they put out of just 6 issues, but you can't get it unless you buy the collected edition that has all 3 volumes in it, or find the individual issues. So I haven't been able to finish reading it until I tracked that down. It looks
to be around the time of like a little bit before New 52, just based on the logo.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that sucks.
Hey, I have a question for Clay because I ran into this the other day and I showed this the other week. Did you know there's a Nightmare on Elm Street magazine written by Steve Gerber from Marvel? A black and white magazine, Excursion into Horror, written by Steve Gerber, monthly from Marvel.
I did not know this.
This is
holy shit.
This is from a Marvel Age. This Marvel Age is from.
Oh, that's just the advertisement in the back.
This is just the advertisement. Yeah. So this is just this is from 1989. This print ad or this comic. So I needed to put that on Clay's radar because I found this
because I know he did a lot of magazine stuff back in the day when he wasn't doing the magazine stuff of Howard the Duck. They had Bill Mantlo writing a lot of that. So I have one other book I want to get into, unless you guys want to go to something else.
Let me and Jeff do one more, and then we'll go back to you. And then because I don't have that many books that I've actually read. So, Jeff, what else you got?
New Captain America #2. I got the thing that broke my heart is I really wanted the John Tyler Christopher variant.
Oh, the blue, the all blue.
Yeah, I did not get to the comic shop.
I was there yesterday. Seuss has it.
Oh, really?
So if you want taking a trip.
Oh, that's a big.
Because I know that's kind of far for you. I think, right?
That's a little far for me. Yeah, I went to.
I don't know how Zeus is Josh's main comic shop. Knowing kind of the area where he lives, I feel like there should be closer shops to him. And it's not like it's not even like work related either, because I know where he works, and it's not close to Zeus either. So I don't know. I'm glad he likes the shop. The shop is cool. I love Zeus, and Richard's a cool guy. So, it feels a little out of the way for Josh.
I was gonna call it Boomerang and see if they still had a copy because I was like, well, that's the. But I don't.
Or check maybe with Titan. Titan gets a lot of those variants as well.
Yeah, I might. If I'm out and about, maybe. I looked at both Awesome. I went to Awesome and Urban Legends, which is where my normal shop is. Anyway, but it's a great. Aside from that, great issue. Just kind of continuing, what we set up in the first issue.
A little Doom.
Yeah, and you get some Dr. Doom.
Nice. All right, let me hit. I picked this up. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get out of it. This is Wolverine by Chris Claremont. Christopher Claremont.
Christopher Claremont.
First of all, this cover by Steve McNiven is also fantastic. But the interior art is by Tom Riley.
Tom Riley's good.
Who's also amazing. And it's just all about Sabretooth catches Wolverine by surprise, and they just start fighting, and then more X-Men show up. This is just a little one shot, where Chris Claremont just wants to write X-Men fighting Sabretooth, and that's what he did. And it's really fun. It's really fun. This was apparently printed in some kind of like premium collection, or it was for that specific book, and then they just reprinted it as a single issue, which I'm glad they did. The other thing that I like is that in the back there's a little essay or something from Claremont. They have some Joe Quesada art of Logan with like the big wolf.
It's cool, but is Marvel in a rut? That's for the AI.
And the other thing I was like, I know we give Frank Miller a lot of crap about his art currently, but then they put this in here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, whenever Frank Miller had the juice, like he had the juice. Like
I think he still has the juice.
Still a great he's overall, I think, a great artist. Controversial writer, sure, but he still gives us a lot of really cool stuff.
Is Frank Miller a better writer or an artist?
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for look out for those clips coming to you soon to the next issue shorts. But yeah, I really like that idea of like Frank Miller just like, yeah, maybe his current covers aren't as good, but he's still a hell of an artist and understands how to like make something look cool, I think. I love that.
I do like his new covers, the one that everybody people are hating on. Like I'm starting to like. I kind of dig them. Like I know they look ridiculous and whatever, but there's still like weight to the characters and stuff. Like I don't know. There's something very childish about them.
The big problem with those covers is not Frank Miller's art, is the way that they're being marketed, because they're putting them as the ratio covers, like a 1 in 50 and a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 100. So the fact that the publishers make them so rare and expensive, that's what makes people think like if it was just a $5 cover for Frank Miller art, like, oh, that's cool, I might pick it up just because it's Frank Miller as a collector. But if you're telling me that I have to pay $50 or $100 for Frank Miller art, and then I'm looking at Steve McNiven's $5 cover, like, why like, you know? So yeah, I think they're doing a disservice by putting the Frank Miller covers as these big ratio, rare covers. It's not like they're signed by him or anything. Like that would make me be like, okay, maybe I should pay $100 or something, you know? So. All right, Clay, you want to tell us about your last book? I got a couple more books, so I'll finish that out later. And then Jeff, I don't know how many you have left, so we can talk about it.
Adrian Tomine, Killing and Dying. I was able to score a sweet hard copy of this. I'm such a fan of his art and style. Obviously a big influence. He's been influenced by Daniel Klaus and Chris Ware, but his stories are just beautiful and sad. And I love being in his beautiful, sad world. I started to get out my other books of his and
the Tom King of Slice of Life, some say.
But yeah, it's like real life stories. It's, he started doing shit like when he was in high school and college, and they're just so mature, and there's so many ideas within just these stories that aren't spelled out.
I just love how Gen X Clay is.
and like, I really want to read all his stuff and interview him for the channel. I really would love to get an interview with him, because I think he is one of the fucking most talented comic book people. And I hate to just limit him to comic book people, because he does covers for the New Yorker. His art's amazing, but there's just like there's a story he does in Sleepwalk that just haunts me, that just has stayed with me. And it's like 2 pages. Like, wow. Yeah. And he just has moments of sadness, violence, nostalgia, just loneliness. Like they come across the page so well. I just love his work. And, like there's a story in here about this girl dealing with the idea that like, she starts getting recognized while she's on campus because she looks like this porn or this I'd say like a porn star who, you know, and then she starts dating a guy and she finds on his computer that he's downloaded like tons of porn of this girl that looks like her. And so she does everything to like change her appearance so she doesn't look like her, and then runs into the girl in real life. And like they have this like human exchange about what it's like from both sides of that idea of like one person who's bared everything and one person who hasn't, but is not a victim, but just by circumstance, people recognize her as that person. You know, I really would love to like get once I've got all his books and read everything. And I will say Shortcomings was adapted into a film produced and directed by Randall Park within the last few years. So like if you want to check out that, I and then Summer Blonde, like that's the other book, but I'm missing one other thing.
Who publishes the stuff?
Drawn in Quarterly.
Different publishers.
I think they're all Drawn in Quarterly.
Drawn in Quarterly. Okay.
Yeah, because his I think Optic Nerve was originally self-published, but then eventually picked up by Drawn in Quarterly and then collected. Because which one is? Oh yeah, this is the first 4 issues of Optic Nerve in Sleep.
Okay. All right. I'll try to. I'll put that on my list of publishers to reach out to, and we'll see.
Yeah, I would love to just talk to the dude and just pick his brain, because it is amazing the things he pulls from at his age of stories of like older people or perspectives from people you can't imagine telling stories of.
Okay,
they're beautiful.
Nice. Follow that, Jeff. What kind of superhero nonsense you gonna give us?
Yeah, what other kind of? Yeah.
I won't even go into my recommendation later.
Okay.
We've got the newest One World Under Doom. You know what? I love this issue because it sets it up like the big. Just the cover alone, you're going to get a knockdown drag out between Reed Richards and Dr. Doom, and it turns out to be an actual literal debate, like televised debate.
Superheroes trying to solve the problems with words.
Yeah, it's great. Dr. Doom, as always, makes a great case for himself, and like a pretty good case against the superheroes, where he's just like, this is. I think this subtly Ryan North is also page, like, right? Huh?
Is that double spread? This double spread here?
Yeah.
Where he just calls out everyone on not sharing, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Which I also think is why you don't really want to bleed your superheroes into real life too much, because Dr. Doom and Ryan North, by extent, points out why it doesn't work. Because you're just like, why doesn't Ant-Man just grow a bunch of giant fruit and end world hunger? And you know, like, why don't they just use these powers like practically to solve everything? But they don't, because you know they're superhero comics. Great issue, fantastic issue.
Because no one wants to read about the Bruce Wayne Foundation for the kids.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Listen, if we can't feed our own real kids, superheroes aren't going to feed them in the real life.
Here, I read this book called The War. This is a collection of the first 3 chapters from the Hello Darkness anthology from Boom. This is by Garth Ennis and Becky Cloonan. Shout out Texas Becky Cloonan. I don't know if she's from here, but she lives in Texas at least, as far as I remember. And this is a cover by Tula Lotte, but I can't recommend this book because
I thought it was a downer.
It's a big downer. It's about war in the real world, like with the real world implications.
Is it just reprinting those Hello Darkness?
Yeah, Hello Darkness. I think it's gonna keep I think it's still going. This story's still going on there, but
so it's not continuing. It's collecting.
So yeah, this collects the first 3, but I think there's more. Because there's definitely. I'd be very upset.
No, I read the whole thing and I stopped because I stopped collecting Hello Darkness because it's like a $6 book. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
that's
think
too
they're doing that thing where they just started to collect some of those maybe the more popular stories,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
smart because
I read most of it in that, and it's too dark for me. I didn't like it.
I will say nobody draws hipsters like Becky Cloonan.
Yeah.
I love her character designs, and that's why I think look at this guy. Look at the
Got the man bun.
like nothing against men buns. I had one for a while. But it's like the imagery in this is wild. That's a cover. Like I guess the like an interlude chapter. But yeah, this book is a bummer, but it's really good. Like as far as a well put together comic and all that, it's really good. I'm gonna probably keep reading it because I like these creators, but I can't. If you're not in the right mind space, headspace right now with the world, I can't recommend it. So instead, read superhero nonsense like Absolute Superman, where we try to figure out what the hell does Ra's al Ghul want with this version of Kal-El, and how does Brainiac feel about all of it. I like this book a lot. This one has art by Carmen Gian Domenico, who commented on my review, so that was nice. It's always cool to see when creators actually watch the videos. So yeah, that's about everything I read. I have some more comics that I picked up, but Jeff, I'll let you finish, and then I don't know if I think you're done as well, Clay, right?
I just had recommendations, but are we doing that
we'll
anymore?
do that.
I'm
We'll
still new to the new format.
I'll just keep going.
The real trick is there is no format.
There is no format.
Yeah.
It's all about winging it.
Yeah.
This new Uncanny X-Men Deadpool shows up for a couple of pages.
Who's Outlaw?
I don't know. I think it's somebody that he's been hanging out with in the
She's,
Deadpool comics.
She was in the I think Agent X. The Gail Simone wrote her.
Oh, okay.
Or created her, and I guess she's still writing her.
This is a Jubilee heavy issue for those that are Jubilee fans.
Jubilee, you say? Sold.
I don't really like that.
I wish she had her own ongoing.
This is awesome. This
I did read that because DC sent us that, but I didn't pick it up.
This is so much fun. The artwork is great. It's very reminiscent of that Justice League Unlimited episode where where Task Force X goes up to the Watchtower to rob the Watchtower. It feels like that. Like this is the setup. It's a little Thelma and Louise kind of meets that episode.
Yeah, because it's Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Nicholas Scott reuniting with Greg Rucka as well. If you were a fan of Black Magic, I think that's what their book was called. So I like that. I like that book a lot too.
The newest Birds of Prey. I also picked up the Redondo cover.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I saw that.
So I went back. I was so bummed about missing out the John Tyler Henry cap cover that I went back to the comic shop because I knew inside all the DC books were like, look at these covers that are coming out special this month. And I was like, I love this cover, so I'm just gonna go back and shop for it.
I like that DC is doing like they give you the cover. They do charge you an extra $1, but you also get the regular cover.
You get the regular cover. Yeah.
You don't always have to, unless you want to display it. Like Jeff probably will like that. Then you can do both. So
yeah.
All right.
I took your recommendation, went back and picked up the Spider-Man versus the Sinister. This is a great issue. You are right. The Phil Noto art is fantastic. The premise behind the reason why everybody is in this one restaurant is so good. It's so funny.
J. Michael Straczynski can still give us a fun story.
Yeah,
this is okay. I like this. I like Green Lantern. Al Ewing is writing too slow a burn for me though.
Yeah, I'm actually I moved that to my trade weight, but I'm still picking up the single issues at least for the first arc. So.
And then the last thing, the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2.
I'm waiting for that to finish.
Still good. And then I picked up a couple of other alternate covers or variant covers. This is from an old Birds of Prey.
Well, it looks like Jeff also has a type.
Yep. And then this is
blonde biker
just from an
chicks.
old Superman.
Oh,
But I
that's
love
really-
this. I love
Yeah,
this.
that is great.
That's so funny. All right,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
let me run you through, guys, to some books that I bought. We'll go to recommendations, and then I'll close out with a special package from our friends at Titan that they sent me. And this is Titan, the publisher, not the comic book store. First of all, I talked about this maybe yesterday, or I don't know. I did a video. I talked about it somewhere online. I picked up the latest compact comic, DC New Frontier. Look how girthy that is. This will knock somebody out. Like, because I
Can't
looked
wait
into
for the girthy title.
the
for
girthy
this
title.
segment.
$10 though, still for the whole story. 480 pages of New Frontier from Darwin Cook for $10.
Girthy.
And I know this is old and it's a reprint, and I probably have like 3 other versions of this somewhere in my garage. But this is easily accessible. It'll go right here, Nick, with my pile of other ones. So, DC got me again. They are reprinting Detective Comics 880, which is the Jacques, the famous Jacques cover we were talking about the other day with the Joker. So I had to buy a few. I bought the blank and I bought this nice foil Jacques. Legacy of Vader.
Wait, what's on the inside of what are you the blank cover for?
To get a sketch. But I mean, you do get
You still get the original.
Are you just gonna get the sketch of somebody's original Jacques sketch? Can you copy this, please?
I'm gonna try to get a job to do. Can you redo your cover?
Hey, Frank Miller, can you doodle some Batman over Jock?
Great.
But that confuses my old man brain. You reproduce a famous cover just to put a drawing cover on top of it, a blank cover on top of it, so somebody else can draw on top of the cover that you specifically reprinted.
Well, they also reprinted like the regular version without the blank, but people love.
No, I know. I'm just that doesn't make any sense.
Fine, I'll rip it off, Jeff. Is that what you want?
Please do.
Rip it off and then frame the cover.
Then I can put them all side by side. The homage, the original, and the foil. And I have the original one somewhere in my boxes too, which I should probably.
As also just a
location.
Because we've talked a lot about variants in this issue. I've been scanning all my stuff into CZL, and sometimes I'll just have I have these 12 issues of crossover. Crossover, I think it was 14 issues altogether. So I typed in crossover to put in the thing. Crossover, there are potentially 47 different covers that you could have for the entire run. It's 14 issues, but they produce so many different variant covers nowadays. I'm just I go my old man brain screams, no, I am never buying a variant cover. Obviously that's not true anymore, but and I love them. I'm just it drives me nuts that this is, I don't know, old man screaming.
Somebody, yeah.
When you scan the barcode, it will tell you maybe it's one of 14 covers. Sometimes it'll find the specific cover.
Yeah, if it doesn't pick it up, yeah, it'll give you.
You got to scroll through all of them to find it.
And I'm why are you publishing so many? I need somebody to break that, because there's got to be a cost analysis for how much they're paying to print and publish, distribute all these things. But if you have 16 different covers for one issue, how many covers can you get away with publishing before you start taking the loss on you've published too many of some random Mark Bagley cover, something like this.
When I do them now, it's 50-50 that the barcode works, or just do the cover scan. The cover scan. That's almost works 100% of the time.
Yeah. I started using that mostly.
All right. I'm still behind on Legacy of Vader, behind on Moon Knight, behind on Ultimate Wolverine. I've really fallen behind on a lot of these books. Behind on Ultimate X-Men. I really love this book, though. God.
It's because you're watching scary movies and it's keeping you up at night.
I know. I did buy this Reader Return, Reader's Rewind. The only thing that's weird is that normally when they do foil, the whole thing is foil. And I know this looks shiny, but it's not the same type of foil. I don't know if you can tell the difference.
Yeah. What the cover is really
this is So I'm like,
just
wait,
looks
why isn't the whole
reflective.
thing? It's one big picture. Why is it not all foil? I don't know. That really destroys my brain. And then I did buy, and this is probably the only ones I'll buy of the first hardback of Absolute Batman. This is just for me to have on the shelf.
Oh,
Wonder Woman comes out next week. Superman comes out the week after that. So I'm just buying the first volumes because I'm buying these in singles. I don't need to have all these in but this is more like this is more for collecting.
you don't want like a giant omnibus? You're not going to hold out for?
No. Well, maybe. Listen, that's future me's problem. Like I said,
Well, I've got the issues. I've got the hardback of the
Yeah.
first 6, and then
But-
do I get the omnibus for the rest?
Clay, much like the show, I live my life on the fly, so we never know what's gonna happen. All right, Jeff, did you have anything you haven't read before we move on to recommendations?
That's well, I've got a lot of stuff I haven't read, but
But not for this week. Okay.
nothing for this week. Yeah.
All
I mean, I
right,
can
Clay,
just-
you want to
hold
give
on.
us your recommendation?
Yeah, real quick. Freaky Tales is on HBO Max. Go watch it. It's a
It's the
fun.
Pedro Pascal movie with other I don't know if it's an anthology, but it's different
Yeah.
stories from what I saw.
Yeah, but they're interlaced. And what's his name? Krennic, Ben Mendelsohn, just chewing
cool.
scenery, just so good. So that highly recommend. Go watch.
Nice.
CQ. This book is another beautiful sadness book that I love so much. I recommended it for our comic book club. It is the story of this. I believe it's like her second novel. She started in 2016 to write about loneliness, and then like COVID hit, and so she was able to add many layers to this. But she also goes and discovers scientific studies about loneliness, and it's amazing because she not only will pull up the research but then pull up the person. And so it's interesting because like the person who did research on this, his high school quote was, "I want to be famous." And how many scientists want to be famous? And so then you start to see his research, and that part's pretty disturbing. Like it's and she gets into like his personal life because he's a scientist who was doing this work in the 60s, who, and this is just a segment of the book, who's doing this work, meets another scientist, they fall in love, but at the time you couldn't have married couples working together, and he was seen above her because it was the 60s, so she had to quit so that he could continue his research. Then he has an affair and leaves her and to be with another student who then dies, and he goes back and remarries his first wife. And his studies on loneliness were taking these monkeys and separating them into isolation and what it does to them. And it is wild and it's disturbing. But then she talks about like how we've created social media to connect better, but it's driven us more apart than ever. It's an incredible book with personal stories, but with science and even more stories about the scientists. Because how often have you ever read a book about a guy or read a scientific book and then go, well, yeah, but what was the guy like, that did this? That's the interesting part of this book, because at the same time, I'm reading another book on Agent Orange. And I found out that like the guy who did the study on the book, he was a shill for the tobacco company. So it's like you discovered that like, oh, scientists are just as evil. They'll just take money to write fake shit all the time. Yeah, they're just fucking terrible that they just have a PhD. And so they're like, well, I like money.
Humans are flawed.
Oh yeah, and it's just amazing because like the kids that worked in the lab for him, part of their job was every day at the end of the day to go to the bar to pick him up and take him home to make sure he got home okay.
Oh, he was a real Michael Scott type.
It's as much as I say it's a beautiful sadness, it's the study of loneliness and it's for me, it's huge because I'm very isolated at home. So it was an interesting topic. And I just loved the way she wrote it. Like, it's just really, really good. I can't recommend it enough. It's called Seek You, A Journey Through American Loneliness.
I wonder how many video clips on sadness the robot's going to give us after this stream.
It's just going to say, are you guys okay?
It might even ask, are you okay? Are you guys okay? You doing all right?
Did you watch all of Netflix?
So, you need a hug?
I watched all of Netflix.
I can't hug you, but I can send you a hug virtually.
You know that they'll deliver anything to your house now? Food?
Yeah. All right.
Am I the Bill of the group? Holy shit.
Are sad comics the future of comics?
Tom King thinks so.
Let's discuss.
Speaking of the future of comics, let me show you guys.
What a segue.
Thank you. Oh, what a interesting layout.
Sounds like we're about to go fight.
It works. It actually works. My recommendation is the Kryptonite Spectrum, Superman #1, the Kryptonite Spectrum. This is by the team from Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince, Martin Morazzo. I have read this book. It is incredible. The premise is that Superman finds new colors of kryptonite. And as you guys know, each color of kryptonite affects him in different ways. So he sets out to test what these colors do on him before his enemies can do that instead. I like that Jeff's leaning back to like trying to. But look, like, don't we kind of look like the other way, Clay? There you go. Yeah, we also kind of this is how kryptonite affects us differently.
Yes, I shrink.
So yeah, and not only that, I can't wait to get to a shop and then be paralyzed by choices because we have this beautiful Tula Lotte cover.
Oh wow!
This great Juan Ferreira cover.
That one.
This
I like the first cover.
Wes Craig cover.
That one I love a lot. The first cover, and Wes Craig.
Alex Ekman cover, which this is the 1 in 25. This one will probably be more expensive than the other ones. So yeah, that's my recommendation. I can't wait. I love Ice Cream Man. I love W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. So very excited for more people to get to read this now that I have read it. All right, Jeff, what's your recommendation while I prep for the closing bit?
I was also flipping through. There's also a Predator Kills the Marvel Universe that comes out this week, #1. But Bug Wars, the new Bug Wars comes out this week. I love Bug Wars. If you guys aren't reading Bug Wars, trade. I mean, it's almost. I feel like it's almost over. This is the 5th issue. I don't know how long it's going to go.
There's 6 in the first part of the story, which is why I'm waiting for Bug Wars 2.
Okay, I didn't realize how long it's going, but yeah,
I don't know that it's only 6, but I know the first part of the story is 6.
Okay, so yeah, it's a great read, fantastic read.
I agree.
New Transformers comes out this week. New Batman Dark Patterns, my favorite Batman book, out this week.
And this should close out the 3rd story because they're doing 3 episode or 3 chapter runs, I think.
Oh. The Stephanie Phillips, I think this is by Stephanie Phillips, the Bring on the Bad Guys Red Skull issue. I've not been reading those, but I know people love them. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman. All kinds of good stuff coming out this week.
All right, Jeff, I want to know what you recommend, not what's on your pull list now. We got to change the format. Keep you on your toes.
You know what just ended? I'm about to do a TikTok about this. Out of Alcatraz.
I forgot. I was going to talk about that too.
All 5 issues are out now. I'm assuming there's a trade coming out soon. This thing is awesome. 5 issues.
It's so good.
It's very. The first 4 issues are all about setting up the tension. What's going to happen with these guys? And then the 5th issue, like haywire, like everything, and then all these threads just come careening in together, and it has a real interesting ending, depending where everybody ends up, because it's got the 3 people that have escaped from Alcatraz that are trying to get to Canada, and then the person that's helping them out, like what's her story, what does she get out of it? There's FBI, there's a sheriff, the U.S. Marshals offices and the FBI are investigating, but they both kind of have like the two officers have their own little secret. So there's a lot happening in this story, and it is great. It's fantastic.
The trade comes out in October, so
Okay.
whenever we have all the single issues, but if you, I mean, I'll definitely share the trade whenever they send those out to review, because I just put out a video for this, and I love Christopher Canwell. Like, he's such a great writer. If you haven't seen *Halt and Catch Fire*, I'll always plug that. The one reason for you to get AMC Plus is unless you're a Shudder person, it's *Halt and Catch Fire* and *Interview with a Vampire*. So there you go. Okay. All right. To close out the show, and then go follow Jeff on TikTok, because I'm sure he'll go more in depth. He's saving his good content for his TikTok.
I haven't written it out yet, so that was just a dry run as to what it was going to be.
Oh, I'm glad you used this show to test out your ideas. All right, the last thing, I have a box here from, I think this is from our friends from Titan Comics, the publisher. Once again, the books.
It's from Santa Claus.
They sent an email that had a book that I wanted to check out, and it said, you know, publishing companies, they'll sometimes send physical copies of books. So I replied to the email. There was a whole miscommunication because I replied to the email, but it had the name for another book. I went back and forth. Thank you very much for putting up with me over at the team from marketing, and my lack of email etiquette. But so I don't know how many books they actually sent.
They're just like, send them everything.
Okay. Oh my God, they sent 4 books. Wow. Okay. So the first one is Sanda. This is a little manga, which I'm very excited to read. The next one is another big manga called Yan, like an oversized book.
Wow.
I don't know. So they sent volume 1 and 2 of Yan.
Those are great covers.
So these are really cool. These are not the books I had asked for, but I appreciate them. I did want to check these out, but the book I wanted to check out physically was Caesar's Spy. This is it's kind of like it feels to me like a Conan story, which is why I wanted to check it out. And the cover looked really cool.
That does
but it's like a revenge gladiator story. It looks super cool. It's by Jean-Pierre Picot and Fafner, translated by Mark Bourbon Crook, letters by Lauren Bowes. And here, let me just show you a little bit.
Oh wow!
Like this feels very like Conan, Gladiator. I'll share the PDF with you guys, but I was not expecting to get this. This is the book I originally had asked to see if we could get a physical copy for, but I appreciate the other books, so I'll get on to reading these and making videos about them. But big shout out to our friends over at Titan.
That's nice.
They're so Titan Books and Titan Comics too. I love the shop. It's it's my shop, but
and the Tennessee Titans.
They took away my Houston Oilers. I can't. I can't. And I don't really want to root for the Texans. So, okay. Well, there you have it.
That's your sports second. Sports second corner.
Sports second. Yeah, we didn't even talk wrestling this week. We'll talk about it after Clash at Paris. Okay. That's all for now. I think for next week, and like I said, we do this on the fly, and we were talking about this yesterday. If you missed my birthday stream, first of all, how dare you? But I think for next week, that way you guys can start thinking about this. I was going to tell you after, but we might as well put it on the show. Since Josh will still be away on assignment, all the way in, I don't know, Denton, I think, whatever.
San Marcos.
Yeah. Sometimes we get stuck on Conrad, that when the highway goes into 2 lanes and on 35 north. Yeah, you could just be there for days.
He's on location for Clay's essay about road trips. Like
That's right.
he's
Yes.
location scouting
He's
old
living the
Texas
life.
movie places.
Next week, James Gunn this week put out his own individual list of like 10 DC comic book recommendations. So we started thinking like, well, we're a comic book podcast. Maybe we should put together our own list. So you can feel free to bring in as many as you want, but remember the guidelines. We can only have one book per author. I think, yeah, per writer, and let's try per artist. We'll figure out the artist part because a lot of the artists, there's very prolific artists. So, but yeah, one book
Are
per
you
author.
wanting? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It must be published by DC currently, even if it wasn't originally published by DC, like Wildstorm, ABC, like we were talking about.
Okay.
And that's really the only criteria as far as deterring it. Other than that, the world's your oyster. Like I would say like don't drop me into the middle of a Justice League run or something. But whatever. We'll argue about it. You can bring more than we're gonna end up with 10. You can bring as many as you want, and we'll just fight it out for the spots. So
Okay.
and there's
and all DC.
All DC for now. This
Okay.
is the DC one.
There's
There's 3 of us, so one of us might have more than might end up with one more, or if all 3 of us. So keep your list a secret, because if all 3 of us pick one thing, then that feels like it should automatically go into the thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But that's
That's kind of like where I'm like already gaming because I'm like I feel like I know a couple of things that you and Clay might pick. Where I'm like, and I would pick some of those too. I'm not going to say which ones. So
I think we already kind of gave away one thing yesterday, right? Because we each replaced one book.
yeah, there was a big one.
So we'll see.
Are we going to exclude the books that were given so that we don't?
You can. I mean, if you want to keep any of the ones from James Gunn's list, you can.
You
just have to make an argument.
This is for introduction into the DC universe.
Right.
Okay.
Introduction to the DC universe. Not so much new readers, just introduction to the DC universe. So,
Gotcha.
There you go. There's your assignment. Let us know in the chat if you're watching this later, or however you watch this. Let us know what you would put in the list, and maybe a fan vote will sneak in that 10th slot.
Yeah.
To keep us even. So, all right. That's the show. We did it. Thanks, everyone.
That was fun.
Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned this week. We have a lot of comic reviews and all that stuff. Go watch Weapons. Go read out CQ. Go read. Just go follow Jeff to the comic shop and pick up every book behind them.
Yeah.
Just whatever he pulls, just grab the next. But read
if you bought a John Tyler or whatever the Captain America cover by what's his name, and you don't want it, just send it to us and I'll take it.
That's right. Yeah, I'll unbox it. Unbox it live on the show. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
The most important ththing in life will always be
Hell, Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right, bye.